Despite wage increases, strong performances on Wall Street, high prices for everything, inflation has left a lot of people struggling. And April, by the way, is Financial Literacy Month. Local financial professional John Vandergriff from Blue Ridge Wealth Planners is here to talk about some money lessons to help increase our financial health. So first, why, I guess I shouldn't even ask why, because there's a month for everything. Why a whole month dedicated to financial literacy?
Well, I think the government realized that there are a lot of Americans that are not taught financial lessons because it seemed like long ago, and maybe even still today, financial lessons were kind of taboo things to talk about. We don't talk about money in our family. And so the lack of that has brought about financial literacy courses in schools, where more states now, Tennessee being one, require some financial literacy testing before you graduate. But also teaming it with tax time makes it to where if you're thinking about your taxes, they also want to try to promote some financial literacy around how you spend your money.
Right. Yeah, tax time, I guess, would be, because you get to that and you're like, well, I wish I knew more about this situation. Now, to improve financial literacy, what are really the key lessons that we need to learn about money?
Well, I think comparing it to what I call real literacy, which is like learning to read, you've got to get the ABCs before you can actually learn to read. And so the budgeting, kind of tracking your inflows and your outflows, if you can't get that right, it really doesn't matter if you learn anything past that. Too many times we want to think about, oh, the stock market and how much it can grow and how much it can do. Well, we've got to have something to give it first. And so, again, that's where learning what we have coming in, but also what's coming out. If it's a one-time expense, if it's debt, and we've got to have more. A crazy statistic is we now have, as far as total debt here in America, over $17 trillion of debt in various forms. And so we need to understand what's good debt, what's bad debt, how long is it going to take to pay some of these things off, and then make sure that we focus on that as kind of the next aspect of this. If we do have debt that's either good or bad, how do we start to clear that and really work that in? Because, the Dave Ramsey advice of, if you don't have the money to do it, maybe you forego it. We've got to look and say what are necessary expenses, and then if we have a choice between a want and paying off some of those debts, we may need to take that path that allows us to pay that debt down.
I have a brother who's a school teacher and football coach, and what he teaches is financial literacy and business and things like those type of things. Should that be just more of that mandatory at even a younger age so that kids don't get to that point of going to college and get themselves into debt?
I think so, because if you compare it to literacy, most kids don't just open a book and start reading. So they need to have somebody that's been ahead of them in the process that can hopefully help them avoid the pitfalls that they have along the way, but also show them some practical steps of what they can do. And I don't think you can start that early enough. And then as you progress through high school, then you can start to compound some of the lessons that you teach about how to invest money or different things. So if you've never really been able to benefit from that, going to talk to somebody about money, a financial planner, just making sure that you have an understanding of your situation and then building on that is really good advice.
All right. Thank you, John, very much.